Navigating the world of education can be challenging, especially when your child has a disability. It's natural to want the best for your child, ensuring they have every opportunity to succeed alongside their peers. This is where a 504 plan can be a game changer. A 504 plan is a formal plan developed by a school to provide support and accommodations for students with disabilities. Imagine a student with dyslexia struggling to keep up in a classroom where reading aloud is common. A 504 plan could provide them with accommodations like extra time for reading assignments or access to audiobooks. This levels the playing field, allowing them to learn and thrive alongside their classmates. A 504 plan isn't just about academics. It covers all aspects of a student's school experience. This could include modifications to the physical environment, like preferential seating or access to elevators, for a student with a physical disability. It could also mean providing a student with ADHD with frequent breaks or a quiet space to work. In essence, a 504 plan removes barriers and creates a more inclusive and supportive learning environment for students with disabilities. It's about recognizing their unique needs and providing the necessary tools and support for them to reach their full potential. A 504 plan is a legally binding document developed under Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. This civil rights law prohibits discrimination against individuals with disabilities in any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance, including schools. This means that schools are obligated to provide equal access to education for all students, regardless of their disabilities. A common point of confusion is the difference between a 504 plan and an Individualized Education Program, or IEP. While both support students with disabilities, they fall under different laws and serve different purposes. An IEP is governed by the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, known as IDEA, and provides specialized instruction and related services for students with specific learning disabilities. A 504 plan, on the other hand, is broader in scope and focuses on providing accommodations and removing barriers to access. It's important to note that a student can have a 504 plan without qualifying for an IEP. The determining factor is whether the student's disability significantly impacts their ability to access education. Think of it this way. If a student needs modifications or support to access the same education as their peers, a 504 plan is the appropriate tool. This could include anything from assistive technology to modified assignments to changes in the school environment. Determining whether your child qualifies for a 504 plan involves a two-pronged approach. First, your child must have a disability as defined by Section 504. This is broader than the definition used for IEPs and includes any physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities. These major life activities encompass a wide range of functions, including learning, concentrating, thinking, reading, communicating, and even sleeping. This means that a 504 plan isn't just for students with visible physical disabilities. It can also benefit students with learning disabilities, ADHD, anxiety, diabetes, and other conditions. The second criterion is that the disability must significantly impact the student's ability to access education. This means the disability must create a barrier that hinders the student's ability to learn and participate in school activities. For example, a student with severe allergies might qualify for a 504 plan if their allergies significantly limit their participation in activities like field trips or lunch in the cafeteria. Similarly, a student with anxiety might qualify if their anxiety prevents them from fully engaging in classroom activities or taking tests. If you believe your child would benefit from a 504 plan, the first step is to reach out to your child's school. While the specific process may vary slightly between schools, the general approach is similar. Start by contacting your child's teacher or school counselor and expressing your concerns. It's helpful to put your request for a 504 plan evaluation in writing. In your request, clearly state your concerns about your child's ability to access education and provide specific examples of how their disability impacts their school experience. The school will then gather information to determine if your child qualifies for a 504 plan. This typically involves a review of your child's academic records, observations by teachers and other school staff, and potentially input from medical or other professionals involved in your child's care. Remember, you are your child's best advocate. Don't hesitate to share any relevant information or documentation that supports your request. This could include medical diagnoses, evaluations from specialists, or even your own observations of your child's struggles. Once the school determines that your child qualifies for a 504 plan, a meeting will be scheduled to develop the plan. This meeting is a collaborative effort involving you, your child's teacher or teachers, the school administrator, and potentially other relevant staff members, like the school psychologist or nurse. The purpose of the 504 plan meeting is to identify your child's specific needs and develop appropriate accommodations and supports. This is your opportunity to share your insights about your child's strengths and challenges, as well as your hopes and goals for their education. The 504 plan itself should be a detailed document that outlines the specific accommodations and supports your child will receive. These accommodations might include academic accommodations, such as extra time for tests, reduced homework assignments, access to assistive technology, and preferential seating. Environmental accommodations like access to a quiet space, frequent breaks, preferential seating near the teacher, and the use of noise-canceling headphones. And behavioral accommodations, including positive behavior supports, clear classroom expectations, and frequent check-ins with teachers. It's important that the 504 plan is tailored to your child's individual needs and reviewed regularly to ensure its effectiveness. As a parent, you play a crucial role in ensuring your child receives the support they need to succeed in school. Section 504 provides you with specific rights throughout the 504 plan process. These rights include the right to be fully informed, meaning you have the right to be kept informed about your child's progress and any decisions made regarding their education. The right to participate in the 504 process, which means you have the right to be involved in every step of the 504 process, from the initial evaluation to the development and implementation of the 504 plan. The right to access your child's records, allowing you to review your child's educational records, including evaluations, test scores, and any other relevant documentation. The right to request an independent educational evaluation, or IEE, if you disagree with the school's evaluation of your child. You have the right to request an independent evaluation conducted by a qualified professional, and the right to file a complaint. If you believe your child's rights under Section 504 have been violated, you have the right to file a complaint with the Office for Civil Rights, or OCR. Remember, you are your child's voice and advocate. Don't hesitate to ask questions, raise concerns, and assert your rights throughout the 504 plan process. There are many misconceptions surrounding 504 plans, which can lead to confusion and misinformation. Let's address some of the most common myths. Myth: 504 plans are only for students with physical disabilities. Fact: 504 plans cover a wide range of disabilities, including learning disabilities, ADHD, anxiety, medical conditions, and more. Myth: 504 plans give students an unfair advantage. Fact: 504 plans level the playing field by providing students with disabilities the support they need to access the same education as their peers. Myth: schools can refuse to create a 504 plan if they disagree with the diagnosis. Fact: schools are legally obligated to provide 504 plans to eligible students, regardless of their personal opinions. Myth: parents have no say in the development or implementation of the 504 plan. Fact: parents are essential members of the 504 team and have the right to participate in every step of the process. By understanding the facts and dispelling these myths, we can ensure that all students with disabilities receive the support they deserve. Navigating the world of 504 plans can feel overwhelming at times, but remember, knowledge is power. Here are some final tips to empower you as you advocate for your child. Educate yourself. Learn as much as you can about Section 504, your child's rights, and the 504 plan process. Communicate openly and often. Establish clear communication with your child's teacher and school administrators. Document everything. Keep detailed records of your child's needs, accommodations, and any communication with the school. Be proactive. Don't wait for problems to arise before addressing them. Regularly review your child's 504 plan and make adjustments as needed. Build a support network. Connect with other parents of children with disabilities and seek support from advocacy organizations. Remember, you are your child's best advocate. By being informed, proactive, and assertive, you can ensure that your child receives the support they need to thrive in school and beyond. Parents, thanks for coming to the All Abilities Corner to equip yourself with the proper information for your child. We'd love to hear from you about any issues related to special needs that you may be having. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment so we can help. Take care.